Hey all, and welcome back to the HellfireComms playthrough of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. It's time to finish off the Champions Ballad, y'all, and a little bit of a spoiler here. I'm not actually playing the game right now. This is past Tom 64. You see, what happened was, when we were, finishing up recording last time, we teleported here and this scene started auto-playing. But the gist of it is, it's basically another Divine Beast dungeon, so we know what's going to go down here, and I'm going to hand you over to present Tom 64, where hopefully he doesn't fuck things up. See you soon! Alrighty, I think we're good to go. Hey all, this is present Tom 64 here, all nice and upgraded and whatnot. And, you should see how upgraded I am, actually. Look at this shit. Whoo, 58 armor.
Jesus.
Hold up, I'm confused. Present Tom as opposed to when have we ever recorded commentary with time displaced Tom? Like, where was I for that?
As I might have explained in the intro to this episode, I don't know, I haven't actually recorded that thing yet, paradoxically enough. We kept recording, into the cutscene that starts this whole finale of the Champions Ballad, so I figured I'll make that its own part, and then I'll just record some spiel over the top of it. But yeah, we have what is essentially a dungeon here, guys, and it was right at the start, which is both really smart gameplay-wise, because you could just build, under what's already there, and also kind of spooky to know that this was beneath our feet the entire time, and we didn't know.
It's like a scary back cover to the book.
Where it says that the book is dedicated to the children of the world. Is it really, Deborah? Did you really write this book for all the children of the world? I highly doubt it. I think it makes more sense than anything else, just because, come on, it's Sheikah architecture. If anything, when I played game vanilla, I was kind of shocked. It's like, oh wait, you mean it really is just nothing else? But no, the fact that there is a whole dungeon under the Resurrection Shrine, right there at the beginning, it's great. It's awesome. It's theming even.
Yes.
In a way, it also makes sense because effectively you've then got a final divine beast to match the fact that you got to have the hero. So that makes sense as well, even though obviously it doesn't actually get used in the original story, but that's fine, these things happen.
Too many Zelda purists out there. We all saw what happened when we brought a choo-choo into the series. People lost their damn minds. The reward for this is too good to pass up, and I'm glad that they're exploring ideas like this in Zelda. It opens everything up, but, you can't just throw it right in there for all to see. You're gonna get some mad nerds on the internet. They're just gonna start boycotting you. It's annoying, and we really don't want to deal with that for now.
I'm gonna be honest, I zoned out when he said choo-choo, and I have no idea what you're talking about now.
Spirit Tracks, my dudes.
Yeah, I was there for Spirit Tracks. I enjoyed recording the commentary for Spirit Tracks on the footage, but I still don't know what you mean by choo-choo. Oh, as in a train. I thought you meant the jelly thing.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the jelly also. I was like, all right, why are we talking about the slime enemies from Zelda?
To be fair, I had exactly the same reaction, but then I just thought, I'm sure it makes sense to other people, so I'll just roll with it.
Holy crap, we just had a whole anime tier misconception translation thing there. That was amazing. But no, I meant the backlash to just the inclusion of a train in the Zelda series, and how this game has a motorbike course, and it's badass, and that the Zelda game should have more badass things, even though you're going to get those Zelda purists that are just mad about their pure Zelda lore that's ever evolving, so go figure.
We do have a video on standby, mostly because I haven't played this dungeon since I first recorded it, actually, but I believe we have to get the gears of this place rolling first and foremost.
Something like that, yes.
Essentially, there are, 4 little areas off to each side, and so we get to play around with each of them.
Okay, because we've already swung by Hyrule Castle, and we saw that Hyrule Castle also has a 3D puzzle. Does that lend to the idea that there might also possibly be a divine beast under Hyrule Castle? Or that Hyrule Castle in and of itself is also a divine beast, you know, like the core to the divine beast Megazord.
Huh.
Theoretically, I mean, in sort of the way that the game is structured, Hyrule Castle is effectively a divine beast because it works in exactly the same context. But obviously there's nothing within Hyrule Castle that actually functions like a divine beast.
No.
That's not the biggest problem in the world. Right, Tom, if you get your map open,
Yes?
then you should be able to, do bits of rotation
Ah, there we go.
already. And what you want to do is you want to basically ride up one of the platformy areas.
There we go. I knew I was forgetting something.
So if you effectively, to get to the first room, or at least if this video guide is putting us in the right direction, you basically want to effectively do that.
Hey. No, see, this whole last little dungeony area just kind of reminds me that, like, all of these divine beast aesthetics, like in a typical 3D Zelda game, it would be in like a Sheikah TikTok clock like type dungeon, but instead it's just how all the dungeons in this game look.
Yeah, kinda.
Which is okay, but like it just goes back to again that maybe at least a little bit of variety and at least the theming of the inside of the dungeons would have helped. But you know, it's a price. A price was paid for us to have the freedom with all these dungeons and the exploration. And just maybe we'll find a better balance of it next time. There's always going to be more Zelda games, as long as Nintendo keeps getting those dollaroonies.
Ah, dollaroonies indeed.
So just right off the bat, though, I take a look at this dungeon's layout, and my mind instantly goes to, oh, well, of course the prize for this is a motorcycle. This is a drive shaft, and this is like an engine. Like, look at it. It looks like an engine.
They were clever girls. They did that. Because I was looking at it and it was like, it's kind of like bipedal, quadrupedal, like, got the 4 areas. But no, there you go. I'm thinking too biological. It's a straight up machine.
Yeah. Alright. Gotta get them all down here.
Aw, Tiny Link in the engine. Like, next level Minish Cap shit right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
They do need to bring back size changing maybe in Zelda games. Give us shrunken down Link again. I think it might even help again with Breath of the Wild setting up that you can explore the big wide world. If they want to bring Minish Core's core back, they could do now explore the tiny world in beautiful modern graphics. So again, Zelda can go in a lot of directions, but it's exciting.
Oh, hell yeah. And I mean, I think that's really the thing that is really the most exciting thing is that Zelda can go in so many different directions that you don't know what to expect.
Ooh, I see a chest up there.
Ooh, a chest up there, you say? Well, I'm kind of kitted out to the nines here, so I don't really need any more swag, per se.
This man went for instant gratification over, checking to see what the chest was. He was like, nah, I gotta check a list off my list.
I can tell you what it is, and it's nothing amazing. It's just a cobble crusher.
Oh. Haven't we got a stone smasher?
I'm pretty sure we do. Let's have a look here. Yes.
Yeah, and isn't the stone smasher better than the cobble crusher? Yeah.
Alrighty, moving on.
One shaft done.
Yes, indeed, Tanner. Sorry, I was just contemplating, should I dignify this?
I was waiting. I'm gonna say, I put a big emphasis on the word shaft there, even though I am using it in the correct parlance, and just was waiting to see if anyone would say anything about that. But alas,
None of y'all would judge me if I put an ad in the paper looking for choir to accompany me anytime anyone mentions word shaft. To go, just go along with it. I need it.
Okay. What else we got round here? Let's check. Oh, there's more guys here.
Yep. If my video game skills and knowledge tell me anything, more of these guys are going to spawn in every single time you complete a section.
Dang, with all 13 of their HP.
I know, they're terrifying, aren't they?
I mean, I didn't even know numbers went up to a double digit.
Alright, next chamber.
Okay, so what is... you might be able to do something in this one, you might not. Here's... I think you got to the right one. You are going to want to put that in the hole.
Ah, yes, I see. It's all coming back to me.
This is just a loot dungeon. Like, I don't blame any of y'all for not wanting to dignify any of this. Like, come on. You can definitely tell that this was made by the Ages team of Breath of the Wild. Like, they weren't really down for the whole combat heaviness. They're like, nah, we want to make a engine clock machine type dungeon. We don't enemies. I don't know which ones are the cool. Put the ones with the eyes. Put us in. There you go. There we go. Good to go. That's how the development of video games work. Just like that.
Ah, yes, I see.
Do you see?
I do see.
So what do you think you've got to do, Tom?
Go over to the thingy.
I mean, that's usually the way these things work, yes.
Don't mock me, Richie. I'm trying my best here. Ah.
And bingo, you've, I think, figured it out.
Okay. All that remains is to actually bloody get up there.
I mean, yes.
Now becomes the battle against gravity.
Isn't that always the battle we face?
Well, I mean, like the beginning of the other challenge proved us anything. Sometimes it's also a battle against random thorns in the middle of your path.
Okay, this should give me the advantage that I need. Haha. A little bit closer. Haha. Oh.
Great job, Tom. You broke it.
It's all good because you've got a perfectly good place you can slot it. You just need to make sure you don't get twatted on the head with it.
Oh, Richie. Just here will do?
Yep, right in there.
Oh, now the old bloody room's turning.
Well, this is neato. It's a timing puzzle now. Hurry!
But we'll see whether it does sort of properly let you through. You might need to do it. Oh no, you're sorted, you're fine.
And Tom Strats, baby.
I wasn't sure whether it needed to sort of be a little bit more of a secure connection, but it's really not. You're fine.
Even with faffing about, this really isn't a long dungeon or divine beast by any stretch of the imagination.
No, I mean, this guide video that I'm looking at right now, it's only 20 minutes long and they're going slower than you are.
Well, alright then.
I mean, to be fair, I am pausing it at points so that I can figure out what the hell's going on. But, still.
Nah, mate. None of this.
I don't know. I feel like the length is more to the credit of just the dungeon design in Breath of the Wild. Like 4 waypoints, 5 waypoints. That's about the average that's in all the other divine beasts. Like they really are just place you in the center area and have you extend out to the different paths to activate the waypoints. Return back to the center area. This one's just with the design being more mechanical. It's a bit more blatant and just sort of like just have to go out to the different paths. But I mean, this doesn't stray very far from the design that's used in all the other divine beasts.
What I would recommend, cog climbing, to be able to allow you to get onto the central platform.
You got it, Matt.
Once they're connected, you can just invert them, and, well, no, this works too, never mind.
I'm climbing. I'm really doing it.
Man, what is this? Castlevania?
God damn it, Jesus.
With a guest spot from Shovel Knight from the game Shovel Knight.
Mm-hmm.
Brown bricks in Striking the Earth.
With another remix. It's like the Green Hill Zone. But I ain't complaining because I'll take every single remix you got.
I cannot carry any more shields. I cannot get ye shield. Oh, hey.
Maybe next Zelda they'll get good and proper creative and let Link dual wield shields.
Don't think you need to do anything there just yet. What you are looking for is a very similar... We're looking for a block that we can put into a different hole. I.e. that block. And we want to put it into a higher up hole.
It's every puzzle!
Ah.
Right there.
There you go.
One of the last things I was faffing about with was that trial in the desert where you gotta put balls into the right holes, so thankfully I'm used to this right now.
You extend. This is just what engineering is. This is how any car actually works.
Just various blocks moving various gears.
Alrighty. Is there a door on the bottom there?
I believe so?
It looks like that's a door coming up right there.
We shall see. Aha! Whoa, it's windy.
If you notice, each of the rooms are themed after the other divine beasts. You got a wind room, that last room was electricity, and then we had the first room was fire. So hey, it all comes full circle.
I actually did notice that, I'm gonna be perfectly honest.
Yeah, what you are going to want to do quickly is... I mean, that will also work, but your tactic is you're going to want to switch the rotation, and that will shift the direction of the wind.
You got it, mate.
At least I believe it will. That's what it looks like this thing is telling us how to do it.
Ow.
Completely, like, Captain America soldiered Link there into a fine red mist.
Delish. Alright. Reverse thrust.
Now that you bring it up that it's just going through all the other divine beasts, like this is straight up just the Ganon's Tower of this game.
Basically, yeah.
Because I mean, we get the castle, but as we'll see later, the castle is a very, your mileage does indeed vary on what Hyrule Castle is to you in your game experience. But really, like, I mean, I know it does offer a boss rush of its own form, but yeah, in terms of like going through the old dungeons as their final hurrah, which is normally like the purpose of Ganon's Tower, we get this DLC.
I mean, we've done fire, electricity, and air so far, so I guess water will be the last one.
An ice puzzle. Is it so much that's referencing the divine beasts, or were those just the main puzzle types they had in this game? It was like, well, it's easy enough to just put them back again.
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
I mean, like, let's even be fair. Ganon Towers come about due to, you know, a lack of development time and a lack of development resources, to where they're like, oh shit, what do we do for a last dungeon? And it's like, well, just use the old dungeons. Do it again. Have them do it one more time. Do it backwards, faster. Basically.
Now, Blind Guardian, just to be fair...
Oh, I hate you.
But he's programmed for hate.
Wow, he can dodge those.
He's really not giving you much delight right now.
Not particularly.
This is the true final boss of Breath of the Wild.
Fuck it, whatever.
Yeah, if we just leave him alone, he won't even come after us.
So on this side, I believe that you have got to... Basically, there's one of these blocks. Don't go... Okay, you should be flat. Should be alright. If you just turn around, you should be able to see that the blocks are sliding off on the cog.
There are many cogs, Richie.
You've basically got to, I think, be able to drag one of them so that it connects.
Okay.
They look stone, so I don't think you can drag them. I think you need to magnesis them in place. Because they'll just stay on the edge, I think, when you magnesis. Not magnesis, stasis. Ah! They're all the same. I think you just picked one slightly too late. You need to pick one right as it's about to, like, right at that tippy top there.
Okay.
It's a timing puzzle.
I think you just missed it, because it just moved there.
Basically, you want to do it just before it starts to slide.
Well, this is the last one, so... Yeah.
Huzzah!
Alright, now we got a bit of water in it.
Dern called it, Richie. You called it.
So, you're going to be wanting to do a little bit of Cryonis.
Ah, very good.
Oh right, that one power, that is very situational.
Hey, you weren't here for Champions Ballad, alright? We got very familiar. It's now our best friend.
Well, this is the Champion's Ballad. We ain't done yet, mate.
I mean, like, the earlier parts, I mean, like...
Yeah.
It's situational, but when the game throws a lot of situations at you...
Link be like, don't ever put me in a situation.
Link's whole life is just a series of situations.
We got water puzzles. I'm sort of okay with this.
That was definitely included in the Breath of the Wild, like, 90s, like, investors promotions. Like, you got water puzzles.
So that's not quite what you're intended to do initially. You see the big hammer thing.
Yes, I see it.
If you give it a bit of stasis and a bit of a whack,
Ah, I see.
in the direction you're looking, specifically, and just keep going for a bit, give it a bit of welly, then that should begin to sort of drop the amount of water in the front area, well, in the area completely, and that will allow you to basically get a ball out that you need to muck around with.
It's a big faucet.
Alright, I think I remember this one, actually.
Are you kidding me? Like, this is the most, like a translation of a 2D Zelda water dungeon puzzle that we've possibly gotten in this whole fucking game. What the hell? Like, everything else was so ice dungeony. Like, what the fuck was... This is, like straight out of A Link to the Past. Like, if they could do, like, multi-level water puzzles. Like, what the hell? This is great. Ah, this makes me wish they had real dungeons in this game. Ah, they could have done a whole dungeon of this. This just makes me, like, hungry. Like, all this dungeon does is just make me wish they had done more dungeons in the game.
Ironically, the one not based on an animal makes you hungry.
So now you just need to get out of this one and then on to the end.
Alrighty. Now, the main event.
I like how even the shiny Sheikah USB lights when we clear each area is like that's like in Wind Waker's Ganon Tower 2 when they had the hieroglyphs of the bosses.
You're not wrong. You can just stay up there.
Yeah, I don't think he needs actually dealing with, does he?
Open the door for me!
Stop having it be closed.
And then just a lot of Dutch clocks everywhere.
Oh, there he is. Alright, let's get a good ass weapon going on here.
So the poor sap out there who got to this point in the game after having played the game and was like, oh yeah, no boss fight. You poor fool. Did you not learn a lesson? Did Breath of the Wild not teach you nothing?
That was pretty poggers, I'm not going to lie, but we're not done yet. Just give me a second. It's been a while. Pins and needles, you know.
See, like, look at this. This also gives us, like, one of the best boss intros. Like, we've had the Blights. We've had those a few times, actually. And they're great, but no, like, this gives us, like, a nice, good, unique boss intro. And it's amazing.
Great music, too.
It's the whole experience. This is the vertical slice of, like, the good shit in Breath of the Wild's dungeon design.
To be honest, I think probably one of the things that I wish that they had perhaps done is more boss fights like this in a way. Like, I suppose one of the things that has always been really entertaining about Zelda titles is the variety in their boss designs. And while the Blights are cool in terms of like the way you fight them and so on, there's not a lot of character to them, shall we say. Whereas obviously this gentleman right here, very much full of personality. And obviously just a really cool idea. So I just wish there was more like this that were just that little bit different.
Well, I mean, with the Blights, you have the mad one, you have the anguished one, you have the one that screams. I don't know what more you want.
That's something that when you look at a game that is as technically filled with content as Breath of the Wild is, when you look at it and say, I want more, then that's usually the hallmark of a pretty decent game. Because oftentimes in such large games you just go, nope, that's my fill, thank you. And that's probably the case with the shrines in Breath of the Wild. But when it comes to sort of like this other type of content, you just go, I'm happy with what we got, but I just want more. And that's always just a really cool thing to sit with.
Oh, time for multiple forms.
Time to backflip as well as you can to get that flurry rush.
I suppose this actually introduces a interesting wrinkle into the lore as well, because obviously the way that monk Maz Koshia fights is very much in line with the Yeet clan.
Yeah.
Going down to, you know, the red glows and the sparks and so on and so forth with like the paper tags. But I do believe that the Sheikah do attack similarly. If you look at obviously Age of Calamity, but most of their coloration is blue. But then I wonder whether this was purely a decision based on this character is functioning as an enemy at this point in time, therefore we will have them with the red coloration so it's more obvious that they are your enemy at this moment in time. Maybe. I don't know.
Even in the game's lore, it mentions that, you know, the Sheikah and the Yiga are of common descent, like they were once one tribe. So it makes sense I mean, yeah, technically game-wise, it's just down to, limited time, limited resource, so just use the same moveset there, but, even within the game's lore, it says that they were one and the same, and, these monks are ancient monks, so it could just, kind of be that whole common ancestor thing, so it shows the similarity. Ooh, get your photo.
I would get your magnesis ready, because you'll be using it for this phase.
Ah, yes. Oh, Lord.
So once he's done throwing them, you can whack him back, much like another, similar clan member.
Yeah.
And then we, like an ant, bite at his ankles.
See, this kind of reminds me of during the Twin Rova fight in Ocarina of Time, because she's just a giant woman, so when you knock her down, you're just knocking down at her knees.
Oh, Lord. He's huge. You want more? Actually, what are you summoning? I can't tell what that is. Oh, clones.
More of himself.
Maz Koshia babies.
No, my shield.
We'll make our dreams come true.
Ow. You need to fuck off. God damn it.
Watch them make the time slightly different for Maz Koshia just to mess with people who got used to it before.
Ah, you bastards. No, leave me alone. Come on now. No, he's still stomping.
It's a viable strategy. You have no way to approach if he just keeps stomping your face in.
Very true, although you technically can still, getting close between his attacks, just have a swing at his ankles if he's not playing ball.
I know, but I want to fire a laser back at him.
I mean, that is totally fair, considering, it's the way that this phase seems to be supposed to be tackled. Not getting, kicked in the face, that's generally not seen as a good tactic, but...
Come on. I'm just actually stalling for time right now. You may know why.
Is it because of your powers?
My power, yes!
Urbosa's Fury is ready.
And by that I mean the power of ad revenue on YouTube.com. Just kidding, that's a joke.
Like, if I wanted to watch someone's actions refill slowly, I'd be watching some Final Fantasy XIV. But here we are. Speaking of ads, those guys have been, putting out weird-ass, online ads, too, haven't they?
I just like how their ads are basically people saying you can play Final Fantasy XIV, which is what everyone who plays Final Fantasy XIV tells everyone online.
They were already telling us that online. Now I gotta have a random person tell me. Okay, it's not gonna make it more convincing.
Okay, fine, since you want to go down so badly.
Oh, my ankles!
Honestly, this wasn't worth sleeping for 1,000 years. Now imagine that, but as a playable character in Age of Calamity.
What the? You basically got the Sheikah moveset with all of the modern Sheikah character.
Oh no, he is playable.
Literally, him, playable.
And he's huge?
And you can turn huge for certain attacks.
Well, now.
I guess we might have to do a story playthrough of Age of Calamity, who knows?
I think it would be apt, considering, how much three of us have continued to geek out about Age of Calamity throughout this playthrough, and how excited we've got Mexi about the whole thing. So, it would make sense.
Yes, give me my sweet-ass reward.
The one thing I will say is, it's a bit of a shame that this DLC came out later, because this could have been the final destination stage for the tower in Smash Bros, but alas.
This is what happens when you ask someone to check the back room.
They just expect the dimensional vortex to open up, and all of a sudden, all the stock.
That's a big-ass bike. I feel that might actually be too big for Link right now. Gotta distill it into a rune.
So they brought back the unicorn fountain, and instead it's a motorbike shrine.
It always goes back to fucking Ocarina of Time, doesn't it?
Looking at its name, I do feel like there was a missed opportunity. Because it's called the Master Cycle Zero, but considering, we had to take on effectively a Divine Beast type approach, why couldn't they just call it Var Epona?
I got the stupidest joke ever. How about Divine Beast Var Room Room?
I mean, I would go with that as well. Just
good.
call it a Divine Beast, and
powerful.
that would just be just perfect.
The reason that they're calling it the Master Cycle is because, or Zero at least, is because the original Master Cycle was made when Link was DLC in Mario Kart 8. So then this is continuing that, where he had the modern Master Cycle, which looks very silver and very different looking, whereas this is the Zero, so it's meant to be like the ancient version of the modern one.
Are you fucking telling me that Mario Kart is canon to Zelda lore?
No, we're not saying that. Don't run with this, YouTube channels. I will find you.
I will find you. I will dislike. I will not press the bell.
But Tom, it's the Nintendo theory. It's like, it's completely accurate.
Yeah, whatever. Let's listen to Cass's finished song and maybe have a jaunt into the past and so on. The Champion's Ballad.
Is it called Waiting in the Wings?
No, it's called The Champion's Ballad.
Just starts playing Wild Hogs.
See, I was thinking after we got the Master Cycle, he'd start playing Gas, Gas, Gas.
Oh, lovely.
I mean, also, like, I'd just be very I will be disappointed, but I would just love to see Link just go, time to go room! Just have my Bayonetta call back.
100 years prior, better years.
Welcome, warriors.
To all future game designers, if you've put a motorcycle into your game and you do not have a dedicated button to a Kira slide, what was even the point of putting a motorcycle in your video game?
You can do donuts, but I'm not sure you can drift.
And bestow upon you this sacred garb.
So yeah, it was thematic. All the champions wear blue and whatnot.
Royal family.
And of course, Nehru's love, blue.
Ties it to the royal family and her power.
Those garments you now wear were all crafted by my daughter Zelda.
As a woman, she's very good at making cloth and whatnot. He's a very traditional king, what can I say?
What can we say but yikes?
Lead our champions, princess, and together protect our kingdom from the threat of Calamity Ganon.
Moments of peace.
I tell
But no, go into your color theory, like, we see blue with Link's tunic and the hero garbs, and then we saw a little bit of red, like you guys mentioned during the boss fight with the Yiga clan, which makes sense. And Ganon's Malice has the black and the red. We don't really see a lot of green magic really in this game. That would
Abosa's Fury.
Hey, is there something maybe in line with that? Could it be that maybe the Gerudos have a blessing of maybe one of the three goddesses?
I would love to see it.
Who knows?
Princess, may I ask a special favor of you?
This is where they all learn to henshin and get on their super suits.
All right, this spot should work nicely.
Now, you guys obviously don't have audio, so you won't be able to hear this, but there is a very particular voice speaking right now.
Oh. Who?
Daruk, can you grab
Well,
down the
it's
next
not any of the
biggest
people
biggest
you can
bad
see
mouth?
right now, so take a guess.
The king?
The glum
No,
face,
not the
Princess.
king.
Give me a big smile.
Impa.
No, it's not Impa.
Rivali, move your tail closer to the group.
Is it Sidon?
No, it's not
You
Sidon.
look so
Sidon would be a lot
friendly.
shorter at this time.
Right.
Is it the Queen? No, she's dead.
Jesus Christ.
She's dead.
You guys are the worst ever. Alright, just watch, alright? Just watch.
Smile. Click, snap.
It was Pura, of course.
Ah.
Oh.
It was friendship all along.
And that's what Mifa was talking about when she said Daruk brought her and Link closer to each other.
Oh, literally, physically.
Leave it to the Gorons to go hyper literal.
Everyone in this picture is just perfect.
Yeah.
A Goron knows someone who uses subtext, and they're all cowards.
Indeed. Indeed. So that's not quite the end of the Champions Ballad. There is one very tiny thing we have to do, but we've got a couple of pit stops before we do that, per se.
We have to do an actual wheelie with the cycle. I mean, it's part of the quest. So you knew Kaz, like you had a photo on you the whole time, and you said nothing.
Hmm.
That probably wouldn't have triggered the memory, per se. Oh.
Do not Google my name. You will find lots of fan art that will make you uncomfortable.
Link, I have watched your journey. Every step.
You've actually kind of been dawdling a little bit. What the fuck were you doing going after all those shrines? Jesus Christ.
With the power
Sheikah
that you have
training?
attained,
Yeah.
I am certain you can defeat Calamity Ganon.
It's okay, I'll just stay here for another 100 fucking years with my powers of light.
Taking another restorative nap. Good night.
Truly.
Now, it says it's complete there, but it's not complete for me until we do a thing. So, first and foremost, I want to get my snacky snack on.
Yeah, because you don't want to go driving with that little health.
You know, where we come out of this and it's like this amazing thing and then we're nearly dead.
Yeah, there it is. Booyah.
It jumps.
Cass, look at me! Cass!
Well, actually, looking at that, you technically could do the Akira slide motion if you wheelied to your left and not ran into a tree.
Shut up.
But if you sort of donated to your left and paused the camera at the right moment.
So yeah, this is the Master Cycle Zero. You can drive, you can hop. It's not as fast as a horse, but this one can run on like apples and shit, so...
Runs on apples, because of course it does.
You may have noticed a little bit of hitching there. That is unfortunately just part of the game, because I guess we're going so fast we just go over loading boundaries and whatnot.
It does not fly, though.
No, it is not as good as the car in Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah, wheelie.
I guess the nice thing, though, is, you know, unlike the horse, we can actually go off cliffs with it, which is a nice thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, we get hurt, but we can.
Fucking Sprongersmiggy, or whatever he was called. Quailing at a fucking pebble. Alright, just follow the road, Tom. To the blue marker.
What is this mysterious blue marker you're taking us towards?
Well, I did say there was a certain individual in the game, and in fact, if we go to the album, here we go. The Arbiter of Worthiness for the hero who wishes to control a divine beast following a revelation from the goddess Hylia. As the last part of the final trial, the monk offers a challenge of ancient techniques. So, I guess that could be said to be Link's words right there. Let's see what he has to say about the being on top of Mount Sartor.
Oh, okay.
Wait, so we're to say that like all of the descriptions on the photos are Link's words?
That's just a guess on my part.
Okay. I mean, it's a fair idea because I would think it would be just like an ancient chic like database or something. I don't know.
I feel like it makes sense that he's the one putting them in, because I feel like, you know, if it is an ancient Sheikah database, then what about the new stuff that they're running into, right? You know, like, there's new things and new characters, because you can get them for, you know, different characters and stuff, the things there. So I think it's more that he's writing it, you know, in his special ways.
I was gonna say, he writes very formal. He writes almost inhumanly, but hey, go off, Link.
Well, yes, but you've got to consider that he is obviously a Knight of the Realm, and obviously that comes with certain behavioural expectations. And if he's treating this as an encyclopedia of the things that exist in Hyrule, then he's probably thinking, oh no, I'll need to write this in the correct manner to ensure that it can be used in the future. And obviously another reason to say that it kind of has to be Link is that obviously you can take a picture of the Calamity Ganon when you may or may not be facing him in the very, very near future. And obviously Link will write something about that as well, so...
Yeah.
I like how you're like, you know, Link has to have some, like, decorum and stuff, where meanwhile you can absolutely just play this game running around naked setting things on fire.
Yes, yes.
Link is free of the restraints of royalty life. It's like, I save Hyrule my way now.
I mean, thinking about it, I look at it and it kind of reminds me of the different enemy and item descriptions that can be given by Olimar and Louis in the Pikmin games, in the Piclopedia, because obviously you've got Olimar who goes for the very scientific approach to the names of things and the descriptions of things, and then you've got Louis who just talks randomly about how it looks like it probably tastes delightful.
To be fair, as much as I despise Louis, and I do, I am on the side of, you know, when I see a creature, my first thought is, what would it taste like fried up?
I mean, fair, Louis is an asshole, but he's the type of asshole that you can't help but love in some sort of weird, sick way.
No, I don't love Louis. Half of the problems of every Pikmin game after 1 even, comes down to just Louis being an asshole.
I mean, it's very true, but then we wouldn't have had such wonderful Pikmin games, so...
Yeah, Tanner.
Freaking hate Louis.
My goodness, the drama on these, like, alien recruitment games, goodness.
Alright, we're almost there, guys.
I actually love the Sheikah gear. I played almost the entire game with the Sheikah armor and Sheikah leggings, but I was lucky enough to get Sheik's mask, so then I basically played, my first playthrough of Breath of the Wild was basically a Sheik game, and it was the best.
You created your AU where it's like, this is what happened for the 7 years.
Okay, so I don't think he's here just yet.
So does he turn up at a particular time?
He might very well do.
I think you'll know he's gonna be here when there's a bunch of the bloopies.
Yes. If you want to look up the Lord of the Mountain, Rich, that would be appreciated. But this is definitely where he spawns. His little abode here.
And you're gonna pull a whole Princess Mononoke on it and just murder it, right?
When the Lord of the Mountain spawns is either random or relies on Breath of the Wild's particular brand of inscrutable logic, like the blood moon or shooting stars. But there's a very obvious time that it's time to go look for it. A prominent green glow will appear on top of Satori Mountain when he's present. You can see it from a long way off, but it's got a very clear line of sight from Central Tower looking west. Often appears at night. Obviously won't appear if you're nearby, so you might want to steer a little bit clear.
We could just keep sleeping until night and see if we can get the glow to occur.
Basically, yes. Obviously, it's not hard to spot once it's there, but you're going to have to do a bit of stealthing and sneaking to get him to turn up.
Don't you worry, Rich, I know exactly what I'm doing. Nothing yet. I had to do that shrine quest where you're waiting for a blood moon earlier. So, because I was basically shrine grinding through the night, I just put the thing down, stripped Link to his undies, put him on the pedestal, and then I just fucked off to bed for a few hours. And it worked.
Hey, there you go. I think I described the moment waiting for that Red Moon shrine as like the closest Breath of the Wild really gets to understanding Majora's Mask with the whole like, alright, you know where you need to be, now you gotta wait. It's like, damn it, don't want to wait.
Oh.
More sorry. Cool, I guess. Oh. Why is there just a random thing right here?
Because these guys decided to settle down.
And just died of hunger.
Yeah, they had no food to put into the pot.
I was gonna say they don't need to eat, but I guess that makes sense.
Come on, I drove all the way out here. Oh. I'll find you. Don't you worry. Where's the nearest tower? This one will do.
Nearest tower is Central Tower. But theoretically, he should spawn at some point.
It's the problem with theoretical physics. They're just theories.
Oh! It worked!
Oh! Jump scare!
So, the answer, folks, is yes, listen to maths. This is how you get this to work. So, for those of you who maybe skipped a bit, maybe couldn't be bothered to actually sit and listen, what you've got to do is your moon type has got to be number 5, which is a waxing crescent. You can tell by going and speaking to Hino, who is...
in the Dueling Peaks stable there.
Yep, Dueling Peak stable. He will tell you, and he'll say it's a crescent, it makes me sort of hungry. And then you want to get to probably that tower that we were just at, which is the Central Tower, because then you've got a perfectly good view of the mountain. And then you just want to wait throughout the day, and eventually he will turn up.
Is it safe for me to warp right now?
Some people say yes.
Everything I've read, people are saying yes.
Once it has spawned, it is safe to warp. If it's not, I will cry and sob with the rest of you.
All that math gone to waste with one warp boy.
I would also, if you have any silent mushroom recipes, ones that let you sneak, pop those on as well for even more stealth.
Please work. Please work.
And crawl everywhere. Don't walk.
Oh, I know. Don't you worry.
Please still be here. Please still be here.
I'm just going to assume that he is. No, you get off now. Come on. Oh.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Color has changed.
It's glowing, Richie. It's glowing.
That's what we're looking for.
What was it? Fascinating reaction. But what does it mean?
Let's see, do we have any stealth ones? Those are hasty.
We don't, but I have a... I think I have the bonus for this, although they might all need to be upgraded, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, well, as long as once we get around, we start sneaking. There he is.
Don't summon the bloody bike. Could have been better.
Well, let's see if we can get a little bit closer. I mean, we got the picture, and that's the important thing, but let's see if we can...
Professor Oak would definitely say that you could do better.
You're close! Interesting thing to note about the name Satori Mountain. In Japanese, they actually refer to it with the same sort of name as they do Mount Fuji. They call Mount Fuji Fuji-san. Now, san, of course, means multiple things. It could refer to, you know, someone with respect. So in this case, it's literally like calling it Satori-san, which sounds a lot like, you know, Satoru Iwata, as in they are respecting Satoru himself.
Yeah.
Turn around, please, sir. This sort of thing is definitely what Zelda needs a lot more of, I think.
In my eyes, this is some of, like, peak video game stuff that I love, which is, like, true secrets, you know? Like, things that are so rare that would be, like, playground rumors. I remember when my friend first told me about this, and I was like, it sounded like this most amazing rumor ever. Alright. Soothe the bad boy.
Guides do say that generally you will need at least two full stamina bars to do it. That basically took you 3, so Jesus Christ. And also probably get the picture now and get back on him quick, because he will disappear within like a few seconds of dismounting.
Yeah.
And he is the best mount in the game. He has basically unlimited stamina, and you can just mash that dash button and he'll keep going.
So, are we going to do what one person on either Reddit or some game forum wanted to do and ride the Lord of the Mountain up to the front of Hyrule Castle?
We could do that, or we could try and stable him and see what happens.
That's a fun thing.
Nice.
Yeah. Trot.
I will say, the double face that it has is a little creepy.
Oh. It's not meant to be of this mortal plane.
In a way, it very much reminds me of the forest god in Princess Mononoke.
Everyone makes that comparison because, yeah, like it's very apt. It has that same very ethereal beauty to it.
I mean, it would not surprise me if they came from similar / the same mythological space.
We've already tamed a god. Now let's put it in the box. This is some Pokemon-ass shit.
Yeah, see, look, it like, almost refills instantly.
Yeah, you can't even get a second one in there. Like, why is there even 5 spurs if you can only use one at a time?
It's to make it look powerful.
Hats for the good boy.
It also, I mean, we can't hear the noises, but if I recall, it makes very different sounds, not horse-like ones at all.
It sounds like a distorted whinny. Careful now.
Yes, you don't want to kill the Lord of the Mountain.
No!
They should have just given the Lord of the Mountain like a playback record scratch like Yoshi's Call. That Riru.
Whipoo!
Okay, real question. At what point did you realize that Mario slammed his fist into Yoshi's head to make his tongue go out?
It definitely wasn't for a good number of years. Oh my god, he just appeared out of nowhere. Yeah, a good number of years after the fact, mate.
Yeah, I remember realizing that, and I'm like, oh my god.
Where's this bloody stable? There it is.
Oh, didn't you say that we've got another shrine that you wanted to do?
Ah, yeah, that's the next locale after this one, mate.
So unfortunately we won't be able to ride him up to the castle, but then again, we have a motorcycle, which is even cooler. Because what is a god to technology?
Wait, question. So, Link's the one writing the description. So what does he say about with his photo of the mountain god?
Oh, we'll give it a read after.
Okay, cool. I was like, hold up. Now I'm intrigued. You have my attention, gentlemen. Yes, I would like to deposit 1 altar being.
So yeah, you just can't. You can't, okay? You just can't.
Okay, come on, get a better photo of the Lord of the Mountain.
Aw, it's cute. It's glowing.
Be sure to give him his favorite treats or he will cause cataclysmic events to occur.
Does he like fish? I don't know. What does a Lord of the Mountain eat, per se?
Please, eat several lizards. Oh, well, he definitely doesn't like meat.
Goodbye.
Tom, you offended the vegetarian.
This noble creature watches over all animals that make their homes in the forest. Legends say this holy creature is a reincarnation of a sage that died on the lands it now protects. It has an acute awareness of its surroundings, so it seldom appears before people. It's sometimes known by its other name, Satori.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of a better tribute to Satoru Iwata than that, really.
Agreed.
Alright, now we just have to go tackle the last shrine, and thankfully, I've marked it on my map. Can you tell where I've marked it on my map?
The Donde S. Where? Oh, okay.
Tom, when you say the last shrine, did you do them all?
I did them. Oh.
Wow, you are... my respect for you has skyrocketed because there's no way you'd catch me doing that ever.
So that's actually impressive.
I think, admittedly, I would have to get rather bored to just go, you know what? I'm going to go beat all the shrines in Breath of the Wild. I'm sure they're great, but no, I think I do have better uses of my time.
I would actually say I'd rather go cut the grass.
Ooh!
So, yeah, I activated the shrine, I didn't get the thing, just so we can bask in this together.
Shorshu.
The real prize of the shrine was our friendship.
It was, that's why I'm not taking that bloody thing. Oh, this is awkward, you've already beaten the shit out of Maz Koshia. Well done, you've got them all. Here is your fucking certificate. Now get out. This should allow us to get one final heart, because I've already maxed out my stamina wheel. Unfortunately, you have to pick between stamina or hearts. You can have all hearts, or you can have a complete free-tier stamina wheel, but you can't have both. Fortunately, the devil statue in Hateno Village can allow you to take back, like, stamina or hearts to switch them around.
Ah, I did not know about that, but it's good to know.
The warrant of a true hero, the true hero. You must now depart for the Forgotten Temple.
I wonder what legends are there. No, that's Forbidden Temple. Never mind. Whoops.
Well, actually, it was hidden, but...
Oh, shoot. We never had that show here. I only got it through internet osmosis.
And now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go watch Legends of the Kind of Partially Hidden Temple.
Damn, you mistranslated the kanji there. This is why you can only watch reality TV in subs. You watch the dubs and you're missing half of the plot.
Jesus Christ. Just the very idea of watching Big Brother with, like, in Japanese with English subtitles makes me want to retch.
You're missing the nuance of Michelle Visage getting mad at Boy George. You just don't understand.
Watashi wa Jade-chan desu. The Forgotten Temple is right here. So, have any of you guys achieved this feat before?
God,
no.
no.
Okay, so this should be interesting.
2 hell no's, and I'm gonna put myself down for a no as well. But I'm mad enough that sometime, probably in the future, when I'm looking back on Breath of the Wild, I'll be like, you know what, it's time to really do it, because eventually I end up going back to Zelda games and then eventually 100%ing them just to make sure I've experienced, you know, everything that they have, so that my opinion of Zelda can like mean something. It don't, but it can feel like it.
Yeah. Alright, just go ahead and remove these. There we go. So what have we got? Yeah.
Green hat.
Nice.
And it's a green tunic as well?
Hooray!
Brown sleeves. Very classic.
Breath of the Wild Link is now officially an Outset Island man. Good for him. See, I always thought that was one of the cutest things, was that they tied the outfit to like a rite of passage. Because like, I'm honestly surprised they haven't done it more often. Like, they've done the soldier uniform origin of like Link's outfit more times than like using an actual legend, like in the title.
Very photogenic, Link. Good job.
That's a big ass thing, baby. Yeah, Falcon Bow.
That is what that is.
Wasn't aiming that at all, but okay. One last thing to do here, guys.
What? Make sure to level up the outfit that we just got.
Oh, that ain't happening, because you'll need like 10 acorns and a shard of a dragon, my friend, just for level 1.
Fair.
But, you know, there is things left to do and things left to see.
Imagine if you filled up your entire like photo album of like your item descriptions, but just all your selfies of just like smiling and pointing up. Like, they're all on his back, so you can't even see the item. It's just his selfies.
Oh, it's a wee bit nippy right now.
It's because Link's going without pants. That's why the 2D Links are better Links, because they go through their adventures without pockets.
Jeez. No wonder that inventory space is limited.
I actually love that one piece of concept art. I think it's from like the original Zelda 1, where it's just Link with like hundreds of items on his back, and he's walking with like this super like angry expression. It's so cool.
I agree.
Zelda 1, 2, 3, into Ocarina of Times, the concept art is so good.
It's so good.
I would also want to throw in Link's Awakening, because that one you had the multiple styles, but you had the cute little chibi style that definitely inspired the remake. But you know, I like it in the art, the concept art style as well.
Now, the last thing we have to do to fully tie off the Champions Ballad with a nice, pretty bow is just take a visit to our house here in Hateno. And I did spend a little bit of time with the construction company and whatnot to make it nice and pretty.
Ah.
There are flowers, there are trees, there's a sign. Link's house.
Holy shit, Link the homeowner. Good for him.
Yeah, here we go.
Do we have a cow in here?
We do not, but if we did, I'd put him right here. So yeah, the very final thing is there's a nice little space for something on the wall here.
Aw, I never knew about this.
Oh.
Where did he keep that? It's huge.
You don't want to know.
You're asking that question now in Zelda? Now?
Okay, no, you're right. You're absolutely right. For some reason, weapons and stuff, that's fine. But as soon as it's a large portrait, that's when things get wacky.
The piece of paper that you can fold and actually physically roll up. Well, where? How? Do not understand. But the bow, the arrow, the swords.
Indeed. I cannot have any more of these, so I must drop one. What do I need? This one's fine.
Yeah, the one of the piddly weak bows that is just not going to serve anybody any good.
Do I need any of these weapons? This could come in handy. But I cannot carry any more.
What other Link has a whole, armory of weapons?
Yeah. And I think I'm doing good in the shield department, so... yeah, that was the Champions Ballad, guys. Overall, definitely my favourite of the two DLCs. But, yeah, oh, hey guys. There they go. What business do they have with my house? It's fully furnished. I literally cannot buy a single other thing from them. But, yeah, I guess it's endgame time, so... let's put a little marker on our map here. And get our little thing here. You might want to move.
We just teleport the bike into him and he just explodes.
Yeah. I obey nobody's rules, except my own. Which is to say, let's go finish off Calamity Ganon!